A ver, ¿dónde vamos a ir a dar un paseo ahora? ¿Quién está por aquí? ¿Eh? ¿Eh? ¿Vamos para adentro? Venga, vamos para adentro. Vamos, ven, ven. Ven. This is a surfing photo, but it's from Arto Sari. He was here like maybe 2 months ago, and he just put a surfing book out. I organized for him a book launch in San Sebastian. So yeah, he came and he printed some photos, and he gave me this one as a present, and this skateboard, Arto. He doesn't really skate that much anymore, so he gives me his boards. I don't have many drawings or paintings related to skateboarding. There is no skateboarder, but there is a rider, a horse rider, riding on a mini ramp. I have many books like this since I was 15. I draw here a lot. I take something that I like and I start from there. And then sometimes it changes on the way, sometimes not, but I draw a lot, and then I see. And sometimes there's drawings that they don't go anywhere, but sometimes there is cool stuff, and I take it and I bring it to a bigger size, and I put some color on it, and then you have a painting. This is the beginning of that one up there. You can see this. There's no straight lines in nature, and I think that's something that I try to replicate on my paintings. It's like the way I look at the skateboarding too, you know. I mean, obviously we have handrails and we have ledges, but my kind of skateboarding is more, you know, balls and curves and lines. This is something that I never think about it, and it's just coming to my mind now, but it's good. It's good. The body, the human body, and the nature, sometimes they have like kind of the same shapes, and I like to play with that. I like to play on a way where sometimes you don't know if it's a plant or if it's a leg. The human body is in all my paintings, and the nature too. So I like to mix both of them, and I like to create this confusion where you don't know if it's you don't know. I mean, you have to take the time to look at it and understand what's going on. So here, for example, there is a painter, there's an artist who's making a portrait of this other person here, and here there is many different portraits of the same person. For me, it's very obvious, but I like to play with that. I like to play with you don't know if it's a leg or if it's a plant, and that's something that repeats in most of my paintings. This is maybe a little bit different, so it's not so obvious, but this one is a good example too. Here there is some people, there's a person here sitting on a chair reading a book, and some of the people laying down here. Oh look, this is interesting maybe. Sometimes I'm working on 2 different pieces, so I can go from one to another. I have all my different materials here. My brushes are over there. But normally this is the wall here, where I paint. This is not even finished. This is quite different from what I normally do. There is always red in my paintings, and this one is one of the first ones that it doesn't have red. My style is more clean, you know, the lines and the colors are like flat. And this one I'm trying to be a bit more messy. I push myself to try different stuff. I don't really work on an exhibition. I'm painting. I'm just painting at the studio. And then opportunities for exhibitions arrive, and if I feel I have the work and I feel right about it, I go for it. Because it takes time, or at least it takes time for me. And I work for 6 months on an exhibition. And I cannot 6 months painting without selling. It's like I'm painting and I'm selling at the same time. I'm just finishing a painting and I'm posting on Instagram, and sometimes it goes, sometimes it takes more time, but luckily I cannot complain. I don't only work through Instagram, but it's a platform that it works for me. I'm more focused on painting than on selling or marketing or sales strategies, you know. I'm not really, I'm just painting, I'm just doing what I like to do, and then I'm open to galleries, I'm open to museums too. Luckily, I have a family. If not, I will be having my sleeping bag here. Ah, estás aquí. Javier. I'm actually going to Dallas in Texas and then San Francisco next month because I did the cover for Ray Barbie's next album. With the album cover, we're doing a crooked guest artist board. I have worked with some skate brands doing graphics, but not too often. I used to get contact quite a lot, and I used to say no to most of them because from the beginning it was too much. And I didn't want to go in that direction, just doing graphics and just for brands that I didn't even know. And it's not about how big they are or not, it's more about if I have a relationship, you know. For example, with Phil Swinson, we used to skate quite a lot together in the skate park here. So he asked me to do the graphic for his pro model. So I did one, and they really like it, and they asked me to do 2 or 3 more. So we did a series. So now with Ray Barbie too, I'm a big fan of his skating, his music, and he's an amazing human being. I know Soy for many years. I like what he does. I like his skating, I like what he does with his brand. When he asked me if I would be interested in doing it, I was like 100%. Also because I was working at Quicksilver for many years, there were some opportunities there too, and more related to surfing too. I don't like to spend time on computers, and most of the time to work with brands you need to, I mean, it comes from a painting, but then it has to go through the computer, and it's a different process that I don't enjoy as much as just painting. So I try to focus more on my paintings. No, actually, I have some board graphics here that I start playing around for Polar, but still here. I know Pontus from Cliché, and we've been really good friends for many years. He was living here like a year ago, so we were skating together and we talk about it, but it hasn't happened yet. Maybe in the near future. Hey, Pontus. I have no complaints, you know. I'm still skating, I'm surfing, and I'm spending my time doing what I like the most. Just between the studio and the beach and the skate park and having my family and friends, as I say, I cannot complain. So maybe that's a reason too, that my paintings are not very dark and are kind of happy, I guess, with colorful at least. My daily routine is I start taking my daughter to the school, and then I come straight here. 8:45, I'm having a tea and looking at my paintings or looking at my drawings and just planning the day. But normally I spend the day painting until I have to go pick her up at the school. If there is waves, I go surf. Last year I got contact from a Spanish production. They were shooting a big film. They were looking for someone Spanish, but who speaks French and knows and lives here and knows a little bit the surroundings. So I did it last year for 4 months and a half. Then at the end of the year I did it again for another movie, and now I'm working on a third one. So it's something that I do. It's just, as I say, I get out of the studio, I work for a month, 2 months, depends on how many days of shooting. I'm scouting. In the script, it says it's like, okay, an abandoned house, a restaurant, it can be whatever, you know, a road with a tree, anything. It's something that I've been doing my whole life. It's just searching for spots, you know. I'm dealing with people, you know, like dealing with the police, dealing with the owner of this restaurant, So it's quite similar to skateboarding too. So I go there, I work for a bit, and then I come back to the studio with some cash in my pocket, and I paint more relaxed. I got this Nikon FM2 from Fernando, and I start taking photos, and then I start traveling, I'm taking more photos, and I really like it. I don't know, I got really inspired by artists, and I really like painting and drawing, but with traveling and not really having a space to do it, I was just not doing it. I was just drawing and writing and drawing on my diaries, but which is really cool, because I have pretty much my whole life since I was 15, I have it on these diaries, and it's incredible. But it was not going anywhere else, you know, going into paintings. It was something that I wanted to do, and I didn't find the time on the space. And it was when I came here to France, I just found myself with a lot of time, and I was like, okay, this is the time to do it. And then I started painting, and I still have my photo equipment and everything, but it was just like slowly I was just putting more time and energy into painting and less into photography. I never thought about being a pro skateboarder. I never planned it, or I never went for it, you know. I was skating, and it was the same with photography. I was just doing it for the fun, and painting is kind of the same. It's just what I want to do. I think it's just my mindset. I don't know. I grew up just outside Algorta, which is like a small village by the ocean with an amazing surf and skateboarding culture. Where La Cantera is. I grew up surrounded by mountains and ocean, but also skateboarding. Having one of the first skate parks in Spain, having this older generation of skaters that they were influenced by surfers too. So that's why I think also my way to look at the skateboarding and my way to skate is the way it is, you know. It's more transition and more surfing in a way. Back in the 90s, it was incredible. A lot of freedom. We were just skating La Cantera, right by the beach, making fire at night. That's why we decided to do this book about La Cantera. It wasn't my idea, it was my friend John's idea, just to show this spirit of freedom and skateboarding and music. Skateboarding, it is a way of expression, and surfing it is to me too. You know, it's like you have many different people using skateboarding in different ways, you know, and that's related to personality and how you see things. And surfing also. You can have a longboard, you can surf a shortboard, big waves, small waves. So it's connected to your personality, and so it's a way of expression. And art, it is too, obviously. Music or painting. So it's all connected to me. I started surfing when I arrived here in France like 10 years ago. And it was something that I always wanted to do, like painting, but I just didn't find the time. Even I grew up in Algorta. I just became a skateboarder when I was a teenager, and that was it for life, skateboarding. But here in France, I was just like, it was just too easy, you know. I don't need to skate every day now. I skate maybe twice a week, and I'm happy with it. So I have time to try some other stuff. Surfing on the beginning, I mean, the first year pretty much is gnarly. It takes a little bit of time to actually start enjoying it. But yeah, it's an incredible feeling. If there is waves, I choose surfing now. Allez hop, allez hop. Bravo. There has been all the surf industry between Hosegor and here with Volcon and Quicksilver and all this and all that, but there wasn't much of a skate scene, and it's been in the last 10 years. I guess me on the beginning, and then Sam and Phil and Lucas, and then all this new generation, new guys. And then Amy at Wall Street Skate Shop, they're doing an amazing job. The indoor skate park, I mean, everything helps. I think on the beginning it was only just the mini ramp, and I think they started during the COVID, so they were just coming here to skate a little bit like out of the radar. And then the police came, and they went to the city hall, and for a while they didn't know if they were going to be allowed to keep it or not. And finally, when they saw that it was fine, that it was okay, they just went all in. And since then they just keep building and keep building. These guys are the locals, and some of them, they work from Monday to Friday building skate parks for like a company, and then they do this more on the side, like a weekend project or something. So as you can see, they really know how to do concrete. Now I have to do the frontside balloon too.
Yes, the frontside balloon is la pièce de collection.